One of the greatest misunderstandings of whole life insurance is that it's an amazing investment. A lot of people try to sell life insurance as an investment, but I'm here to tell you that life insurance is actually never an investment at all. In fact, life insurance can't be compared to an investment because it doesn't have the same properties that an investment has. Well, life insurance actually comes with a set of guarantees that investments don't have. Investments, you can lose all your money. With whole life insurance, you have these guarantees that make it function more like a bank account. This is where the infinite banking concept comes in, and this is why you can only utilize whole life insurance for infinite banking, because it is built on the foundational understanding that those guarantees will be there. Now, all that said, what I will say is whole life insurance is the BASF, I don't know if, of the financial industry. I don't know if you remember back in the 90s, the BASF commercials, where they always said, at BASF, we don't make the products you buy, we make the products you buy better. And so with that said, I want to show you how whole life insurance makes all of your investments better. And what I'm going to do in this video is talk to you about the 5 investments that you can utilize whole life insurance with that will make those investments better. So stay tuned. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. That way you're notified every time I launch a new video. Let's get into it. All right, so the first asset that I would say is enhanced by utilizing life insurance as the bank, so to speak, to be able to make that investment better is real estate. Now, one of the reasons that I wrote my book, Cashflow Hacking, and I have my new version of this book coming out, it's gonna be an enhanced and expanded book. Now, I would say it's not gonna be replacing of this one. This one is really focused on specific real estate combined with whole life insurance. The new one is gonna expand out and talk about other opportunities as well. But to the point here with real estate, life insurance is just gonna make your real estate investment more efficient. It's gonna help you grow. And I've actually done videos, I'll put actually on the end screen up here, I'll put a video on how to use life insurance to make your real estate investment better. That I think will explain all of it to you in great detail. And when you understand that, you'll also understand how it impacts the next 4 that I'm going to talk about. But you can utilize it for single family homes, you can use it for syndication, you can utilize it for flipping as a foundational asset to be able to make all those assets better. And what I can say is that there's no other asset in the world that will do this for you. And when you really understand how to leverage it, it will give you more upside potential on your real estate investing, and it'll give you a little bit of a downside hedge on that real estate investing, because let's face it, the market doesn't always go up, and sometimes it's nice to have that little buffer on the downside. So it's just a strategy. I call it cash flow hacking, utilizing whole life insurance when it's properly designed as a foundational asset to make your cash flowing investments better. That's what cash flow hacking is all about. So if you want to learn about that, make sure in the description down below, you can either go to Amazon and pay 20 bucks for this, or you can go to cashflowhackingbook.com in the link in the description below, and you can get it for $8.95, because all I ask you to do is pay for the shipping and the handling. I cover the cost of the book, and we give it to you. And so that is our gift to you. So that will help you out. I think get you a lot more clarity about how to leverage and utilize whole life insurance with real estate. And that is number 1, real estate. Number 2, hard money lending. Whole life insurance is an amazing asset to store your hard money lending capital inside of, instead of keeping your money in a bank and then lending it out to specific opportunities, like private money deals. Instead of doing that, keep it in a whole life policy. That way, when you lend it out, let's say somebody wanted to flip a house and they wanted a hard money loan of $200,000. And you needed to give them $200,000 as your portion of it. Maybe it was like a $300,000 house, and they're coming with 30% of their own money, and you're giving them $200 to finalize it and get it all going and do all the upgrades and whatnot, everything that goes into that. You could take your $200,000, put it in terms. You obviously guarantee the loan, do all the same things that you do with a hard money scenario. But the bottom line is that $200,000, you can charge them, let's call it 12 to 15% at this point in time. You could charge them that money, and all the while you're going to only pay 4 to 5.5%, depending on the company that you go with, and the money in the policy is going to be growing by about that same amount. So the really net of it is kind of a wash on the cost of the loan and what it's going to grow by. But you're going to be able to charge a higher interest rate. And all the while, by the time you pay back the policy loan, your account value is going to grow higher. So it's a way that you never interrupt the compounding on your money. So if you do this on a regular basis and hard money is part of your business, or you're interested in getting into the private money space or the hard money space, this can be a great way to go. So number 3 is day trading. This is not something I do personally. So full transparency, I am not a day trader. I just happen to know a lot of day traders, people that that operate, and that, when you're a day trader, you got to have money in accounts and they got to sit there. And typically what happens, from what the discussions that I've had, is it either sits in money market or it sits in a stable coin, depending on what you're trading, if you're a crypto trader. But the bottom line is, having that money sit there, you're losing money to inflation, and the opportunity cost of that money just sitting there, not growing, not performing other duties for you is significant over a long period of time. It's all about financial efficiency. So if you know that you are going to have a certain amount of money in day trading that is going to be in action, but you need some reserves set off to the side, the best place to keep that money set off to the side is in a whole life policy that's going to be growing and beating the returns of your savings account, and keep the liquidity. You could borrow against it, take that money, leverage it. As you take gains from your day trading, you can pull back, you can pay back the policy loans and recapitalize your life insurance contract, right? Which is going to make it so you have more money liquid again. And here's the cool part. The interest that you pay for the policy loans in a lot of situations, if you're running your day trading like a business, can actually be a write-off for you. So that could be a win-win-win scenario. So make sure, if you are a day trader, that you reach out, go down and link in the description below, set up a free clarity call. One of our coaches can help you figure out if this is the right fit for you or not. Number 4 is dividend paying stocks. Listen, I'm not a big market investor myself. I prefer real estate. I prefer businesses. I prefer things that I have my hands on, that I can actually control the results. But at the same time, I'm fully aware that having dividend paying stocks, blue chip dividend paying stocks specifically, can be a great portion of a long-term balanced portfolio, right? And so if I'm going to have those, the dividends are a way that you can create passive income. Everything I do is passive income. Like, I'm not gonna put my money anywhere that's not the case. And the only kind of investing that you're gonna do in the market that can provide any sort of passive income is a dividend paying stock. So what you wanna do is you wanna find dividend paying stocks that have a history of success, that are paying dividends that are worthwhile, above and beyond the growth. You want to look for the good, solid dividend paying stocks. Now, I'm not going to get into the stocks that I think are a good fit, because it's just not my jam. But I would say, if that's your idea of kind of where you want to create passive income, utilizing, once again, your whole life insurance contract as a foundational asset, borrowing against that, putting it into dividend paying stocks, letting it grow, taking the dividends, and you can leverage those dividends and passive income initially to compound inside of the dividends and buy more stocks. You can take it as income, you can leverage it in a lot of different ways, but utilizing whole life insurance as a foundational asset to invest in dividend paying stocks can be just a great way to go, that I think a lot of people don't think about proactively. So the 5th way that you can utilize whole life insurance to invest is actually not investing at all. It is cleaning up your toxic debt. Unfortunately, I just find too much financial efficiency in the world, where people are thinking about, how do I invest, all the while they're trying to save money or invest money in their 401k, their IRA, or other investment platforms, whatever it is. All the while they're sitting on $20,000, $10,000, whatever, in credit card debt, paying 18, 22, 25% interest. I've even seen interest in up to the 28 to 30% range right now, and those rates are going up right now. And so when you look at that, and you realize, like, having this money over here where it's earning 8%, and having this money over here where you're paying 18% or 20% or 25%, the opportunity cost on that spread is enormous. And when you compound that out over time, it can be catastrophic to you achieving your financial goals. And so one of the things that I can tell you, one of the best things that I can do, is it's all about cash flow, is get you to understand that if you can get money into a whole life insurance contract, and then you can borrow against that at, say, 4.5%, and then you can refinance your own debt at 4.5%, pay off the credit cards, right? Get that to to nothing on the credit card debt. That's going to boost your credit score, which is going to help in a lot of other areas. But at the same time, it's going to free up and make it so your cash flow is going to go further to accelerating the debt pay down, which then is going to free up more cash flow for you to be able to save more in the future. Now, the worst thing that you could do is do that, pay off the credit cards, and then just start using the credit cards irresponsibly again. You want to make sure that you're building the habits, building the principles, and executing the principles effectively and purely. And if you're not, and you don't have that discipline, well, we need to have another conversation about that probably. And if that is you, by the way, we have a link down in the description below for this. If you want to talk to somebody about setting up a debt consultation to figure out how to use whole life insurance to enhance and speed up the process of you paying off your debt faster and more effectively. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can actually build an asset while paying off debt at the same time. It's a really, really powerful strategy that not too many people know about, but it can all be done on a guaranteed basis. And I know that may sound too good to be true, but I'm promising you, if you take your time to get into that and take a look at it, have a conversation with somebody on the team about how to eliminate your debt in the most efficient way possible, you won't be disappointed. So those are the 5 ways that you can utilize whole life insurance to invest more powerfully and more effectively, more efficiently, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is, whole life insurance is not an investment. It simply makes your investments better. And hopefully you found value in this. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. That way you're notified every time I launch a new video. And if you have any questions, comment in the comment section below. And that's it. Until next video, have a blessed, inspirational day. We'll talk soon. See ya.